The final stage in the observation process is the post-observation conference. In this conference, an evaluator and teacher review the students' successes and challenges in the lesson. They identify instances of effective teaching and discuss plans for progressing toward instructional goals.
So tell me, how do you think your lesson went today?
I think it went well. I think I planned too much, though.
Okay.
And I think in hindsight, it would have taken 2 days. In fact, tomorrow we are going to come back and kind of finish up some things and tie together some loose ends as far as courage, specifically with Mockingbird.
Okay. So do you feel like because you knew I was coming in to do a full period formal evaluation, and you wanted to get as many standards and as many activities to show that you're hitting all of our focuses this year.
Exactly.
That maybe you put too much into one lesson?
I do. I think I do, yeah.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the lesson. Why don't you tell me what you think the biggest strength was?
I think the ability of the kids to talk with each other, even though it was in writing, but to really go to those deeper levels of understanding of what courage is and how it applies. I think one of the strengths, too, was going back to Lord of the Flies, because the kids enjoyed that book so much. And so to be able to piggyback on that, even more so than just courage in their own lives, I think having them look at that literature and be able to apply it to another piece was really powerful.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think when you have not just one piece of literature, but when you're applying it to two different pieces, it just takes it to that higher level.
Definitely.
And I liked how not only did the students collaborate in their groups on times, discuss things before they wrote them, but then there was also the opportunity where they personally were responsible for writing something without discussing it.
Exactly.
So I really enjoyed that very much. Do you feel one of our other biggest pushes this year and for the last few years is to engage students in their learning? Do you feel like your students were engaged in the lesson today?
I do, definitely. And honestly, I think that these kids, they are truly self-motivated to learn and to apply themselves every day. But I also think some of that is the way I've set up the classroom environment, and they recognize that they have to think and process the information. And I've made that very clear from the beginning. They have to think. I can't think for them.
Right. Excellent. So, and I think that was evident in what we saw today.
Good. That's kind of been my goal really for the last couple of years, but I'm trying to kind of fine-tune that. And so I really want to look at a higher level thinking and the questioning. How am I advancing their thinking at those higher levels, moving beyond even the textual evidence, but really being able to kind of get them to communicate that.
So the last thing I was thinking about is what evidence do you have that your objective for the day was met?
Well, as I was looking at some of their papers, both the all-right round robin and then the assignment where they had to find textual evidence from chapters 15 and 16, that's where I see that they're making those connections to understand that courage is taking that step even when you're not comfortable with it, and being able then to apply it to the characters in Mockingbird.
Right. So I think all of your questions were very open-ended for the all-right round robin, so I think you achieved that higher cognitive level with the students there.
Right.
The only suggestion I could give is to take it to the next level, is when they respond to one of those questions, pose a question that they haven't seen that maybe piggybacks on the question. To take it to a different level. Kind of catch them off guard.
Right.
So the cognitive demand was awesome. The collaboration was awesome.
Good. Thank you.
The standards that you hit all in one lesson was incredible. So
thank you.
We're very lucky to have you, and so are your students.
Thank you.